Let me ask you something simple. What's on your calendar this week? Not your to-do list, not your wishful hopes. What's actually scheduled? Because here's the hard truth. If it's not on the calendar, it's not real. Welcome to Grind Success, the place where you come to sharpen your focus, build discipline, and design your best life. If you want to live with intention instead of distraction, this message will shift your mindset forever. Subscribe now and start leading your life before someone else does. Number 1. Time is the master asset. Let me tell you what I learned early in life. Time is the master asset. Not money, not talent, not even opportunity. Without time, nothing else matters. You can have the brightest idea in the world, but if you don't give it time, it dies a silent death. And here's the reality. We all get the same 24 hours. The billionaire, the bus driver, the beginner. Time is the fairest resource on earth. But while it's given equally, it's not used equally. Some waste it, some spend it, and a rare few they invest it. Rohn once said, either you run the day, or the day runs you. If you don't command your time, you'll be managed by distractions, demands, and everyone else's priorities. Time doesn't scream, it whispers. It disappears quietly, scroll by scroll, excuse by excuse. And before you know it, the year's gone. If you want to win, respect the clock. Schedule your time like it's gold, because it is. Number 2, priorities are not what you say. Your priorities are not what you claim, they're what you schedule. Rohn said it best. Don't let your mouth overload your back. You can say your health matters, but if there's no workout on the calendar, it doesn't. You can say your family matters, but if there's no time blocked for them, it's just a soundbite. The truth is in your planner, not your promises. That's your real autobiography. The calendar is the proof. People talk about their goals, but talk is cheap. What matters is what's written. Are you blocking time for growth, for strategy, for peace? If you don't plan it, life will fill your days with noise. The urgent will always drown out the important. So don't prioritize your schedule, schedule your priorities. Don't wait until you're free. Make time like your future depends on it, because it does. When you schedule with clarity, you don't just manage time. You shape your identity. That's the foundation of success. Number 3, the planner and the pen, where discipline begins. Discipline doesn't start in the gym. It doesn't start with motivation. Discipline begins at the desk, with a planner and a pen. That's where order begins. That's where chaos ends. Rohn used to say, don't start your day until you've finished it on paper. That quote changed my life. When you write it down, you're making a contract with your future self. It's no longer a wish, it becomes a commitment. Never trust your memory to manage your mission. The mind is for thinking, not storing. That's what paper is for. Professionals plan. Amateurs react. You want to be consistent. You want to move with purpose. Then grab your pen and take the lead. Block the time. Anticipate the distractions. Assign your energy. And suddenly, the day starts to obey your design. It doesn't matter if it's paper or digital, just write it down. Because what gets written gets respected. And what gets respected gets done. Number 4, write it down or risk forgetting it. If it's not on paper, it's probably just a wish. That's not opinion, that's experience. Rohn once said, goals that are not in writing are just wishes. And it's true, your brain was designed to create, not to store. The most successful people in the world don't carry their plans in their heads, they carry them in their hands. A planner, a notebook, a whiteboard. Something that speaks louder than emotion, because emotions lie, but paper tells the truth. When you write something down, you're giving it weight, you're saying, this matters. And once it's on the page, it stops being a passing thought, it becomes a destination. Look, you don't need a fancy system, you don't need color-coded stickers and gold-plated apps. You need a decision, a pen, and 10 quiet minutes. And if your future is worth anything, it's worth that, because the page is where your future begins. Get it out of your head and into the real world. Number 5, the power of repetition, where consistency is born. Let me tell you something Rohn taught that most never grasp. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. That's the secret. Not once a week, not once a year, every single day, and consistency. It's not built on motivation, it's born from structure. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't need inspiration to do it. You do it because it's part of your system. That's the mindset you need for your business, your health, your wealth. If it matters, it needs structure. Repetition becomes rhythm. Rhythm becomes identity. And when that happens, you stop trying to be the person you want to become. And you simply are that person. Block the time, repeat the process, honor the commitment. Because without repetition, there's no consistency, and without consistency, success stays a stranger. Want results? Then stop looking for magic. Start showing up, scheduled, structured, steady. Number 6. Preparation is the secret to catching opportunity. Jim Rohn used to say, when opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare. Read that again. Opportunity doesn't wait. It rewards the ready. Most people don't miss opportunity because it never came. They miss it because they weren't ready. They didn't block time to prepare. They didn't build the confidence to say yes when it finally arrived. Preparation is your hidden advantage. It's the quiet work done in private that leads to applause in public. The job interview, the business pitch, the chance to lead, all of it comes faster when you've already put in the reps. Life doesn't respond to the hopeful. It responds to the prepared. So here's the question. If what you've been praying for knocked on your door tomorrow, would you be ready to open it? If not, don't wait. Start building. Practice. Plan. Schedule the quiet hours that create loud breakthroughs. Because in the end, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the level of your preparation. Number 7. Plan your life, or live in someone else's. Jim Rohn once said, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Most people wake up each day and immediately dive into someone else's agenda. Emails, messages, demands. They're reacting, not leading. But here's the truth. Your calendar is either your servant or your captor. If you don't plan your life, someone else will plan it for you. That's why structure isn't a burden. It's freedom. Take ownership of your days. Build a weekly blueprint. Every hour you leave blank is an open invitation for chaos to enter. Want peace? Plan it. Want growth? Block it. Want control? Earn it with your calendar. Don't let distractions and demands rule you. You can't steer a ship without a map, and you can't lead a life without a plan. Start now, not just to be busy, but to be deliberate. That's where true power begins. Number 8. Let your calendar speak for you. Take a look at your calendar. Not your goals, not your vision board, your calendar. That's where your real life lives. If someone else saw it, would they see purpose, discipline, focus, or would they just see noise? Jim Rohn believed, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. And that bridge is built with a pen and a planner. The calendar is more than a tool, it's a mirror. It reflects what matters most to you. Do you say family is a priority? Then show me the dinner time that's blocked. Say fitness is important. Where's the workout? Say you want to build wealth. Show me the time for skill, hustle, and thinking. Because if it's not on the schedule, maybe it never really mattered. A powerful life is a planned life, and a planned life leaves evidence. Right there, in the calendar. Talk less, plan more, and let your time speak louder than your words. That's how you show the world what you're really building. Number 9. Mornings matter. Start scheduled or start scrambling. Jim Rohn once said, either you run the day, or the day runs you. And that truth starts first thing in the morning. How you begin determines how everything else unfolds. You can start the day in control or in chaos, but you can't have both. Most people wake up and grab their phones, surrendering their mind to other people's priorities before they've had a single thought of their own. They don't rise, they react. But you can choose differently. Schedule your start. Build a simple, structured morning, not for complexity, but for clarity. Just 15 minutes of intention can change the trajectory of your day. Quiet, fuel, plan, action. That's the formula. Begin with reflection, nourish your body, review your plan, then take one bold step. No more scrambling. Start scheduled, because mornings are momentum. They're the launch pad of discipline. You don't need to be a morning person, just a purpose person. Lead your morning, and your day will follow. Number 10. Sunday night, the most important meeting of the week. Want to win the week? Start on Sunday. Rohn taught, don't begin the day until you've finished it in your mind. The same applies to your week. Before Monday's chaos begins, there's one meeting you must never miss. The one with yourself. Sunday night isn't just the end of the weekend, it's the foundation of success. This is where clarity begins. No distractions, no screens, just you, your planner, and purpose. Ask, what matters most this week? What's already scheduled? What's missing? What must be protected? When you plan with vision, you create direction. When you block time intentionally, you reduce decision fatigue and stop letting urgency rob you of what's important. Even 15 minutes of planning can save hours of stress. This meeting is your defense against drifting. Most people enter the week unprepared. You won't be one of them. You'll lead your life. And that leadership starts every Sunday night, quietly, deliberately, with a plan that honors your priorities. Number 11. Vision is the foundation. Know what you're building. Rohn said, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. That's the hard truth. Without vision, all your planning becomes just activity, motion without meaning. You must know what you're building. You must see the future you're working toward. A vision gives your calendar direction. It gives your daily actions purpose. The schedule becomes more than a list. It becomes a blueprint for becoming. Every block of time should move you closer to the life you want. Not just being busy, but becoming better. So ask yourself, who do I want to become? What kind of life am I designing? What legacy am I leaving? Because when your vision is clear, your decisions get easier, your no's get stronger, and your yes has power. Plan with purpose, live with vision. Because a powerful calendar doesn't just reflect discipline, it reflects destiny. Number 12. Speak through your schedule. Let your calendar do the talking. Let me ask you something Rohn style. If I looked at your calendar right now, what would it tell me about your life? Because make no mistake, your calendar speaks louder than your words. It doesn't lie. It reveals your values, your habits, your priorities. You say family matters. Show me the time blocked for them. You say you want to grow. Where's the time for reading, learning, thinking? Too many people talk about what they're going to do. Few show it. So here's a new rule. Let your schedule do the talking. A powerful life is a planned life, and it leaves evidence. When someone asks what you stand for, what you're building, what you believe in, you don't need a speech. Just say, look at my calendar. Because what you block time for is what you're committed to. And if it's not there, maybe it never really mattered. So speak less, schedule more, and let your life be the loudest voice in the room. Number 13. Mornings matter. Win the day before it begins. Rohn often reminded us, either you run the day, or the day runs you. And nothing determines that more than how you start your morning. You see, your morning is your launch pad, the front door to your mindset, your energy, and your clarity. You can either start scheduled or start scrambling, but you can't have both. Too many people wake up and immediately surrender their day, to their phone, to emails, to noise. But successful people, they wake up with intention. They block time for stillness, reflection, clarity. Even 15 minutes of calm direction can change your day. Mornings set the tone. They build momentum. You don't have to be up at 4 a.m. with a cold plunge. You just have to be present. Because when you win the morning, you carry that order into every conversation, every task, every decision. So tomorrow morning, don't just wake up. Rise up. Start with design. Start with purpose. Own the first hour, and the rest will follow. Number 14. The Sunday night meeting. Lead your week before it leads you. There's a meeting I never miss, and it doesn't involve a boss, a team, or a conference call. It's the Sunday night meeting with myself. Rohn said, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. And one of those disciplines is reviewing your life before you live it. Sunday night is where leaders are made. It's where you stop reacting and start directing. While others are squeezing out the last bit of the weekend, you're preparing to dominate the week. You sit with your planner, your goals, and your thoughts. You ask, what matters most this week? What will I protect? What will I eliminate? You block time for growth, relationships, creativity, and rest. Because if your week isn't scheduled by Sunday night, it'll be hijacked by Monday morning. This 15-minute ritual saves hours of chaos. It turns scattered days into a synchronized plan. So light a candle, sit down with purpose, and lead your life before the week leads it for you. Number 15, Vision First. Why planning without purpose is just busy work. Jim Rohn said, if the why is powerful, the how becomes easy. And that's why every plan, every schedule, every calendar block must begin with one thing, vision. Without vision, planning becomes busyness, a treadmill of tasks with no direction. You end up organized but aimless, efficient but unfulfilled. You must know what you're building. You must define who you're becoming, because the calendar is not just about doing, it's about becoming. A man without vision may have a full calendar, but he'll still feel empty. But a person with vision, their planner becomes a blueprint, their schedule becomes sacred. Every task has a target, every hour serves a purpose. So take time to cast the vision. Ask yourself, what kind of life am I creating? What kind of person do I want to be? Then let your calendar rise to meet that answer, because structure without purpose is a cage, but structure fueled by vision, that's a launch pad to destiny. Number 16, your calendar is a mirror. It shows who you really are. Don't tell me where your priorities are. Jim Rohn once said, show me your calendar and I'll tell you what they are. You see, your calendar isn't just a list of events. It's a mirror, a reflection of your beliefs, your values, and your identity. You can say you value growth, but if there's no time blocked for reading, learning, or reflection, it's not real. You can say family matters, but if there's no dinner date, no quiet hour, no undistracted time, it's just talk. Your schedule speaks louder than your mouth. That's the truth. A disciplined life is visible in ink, not just intention. And here's the beauty. When your schedule aligns with your purpose, something powerful happens. You move with clarity. You act with confidence. You become someone others can trust, because you first trusted yourself. So take a hard look. Does your calendar reflect who you want to become? If not, don't feel guilty. Just rewrite the story, starting with the next block of time. Number 17, the power of mornings. Win the first hour, win the day. Jim Rohn famously said, how you do anything is how you do everything. And nowhere is that truer than in how you start your morning. The first hour sets the tone for the entire day. When you begin with purpose, clarity, and a plan, you control the momentum. You win before most people even get out of bed. But if you start your day scrambling, scrolling through your phone, reacting to distractions, surrendering your focus, you've already lost. The morning is the launch pad of your best self. It doesn't have to be complicated. 15 minutes of quiet reflection, a little movement to energize, and a review of your priorities in the planner. This small investment pays huge dividends in focus, energy, and progress. So don't leave your mornings to chance. Win the first hour, and you'll win the day. Number 18, Sunday night meeting, the secret weapon of high achievers. One meeting changes everything. Your Sunday night meeting with yourself. Jim Rohn taught that success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. Sunday night is where you apply those fundamentals. It's your chance to reflect, review, and prepare. Without it, you're drifting, reacting to everyone else's agenda all week long. With it, you step into the week with intention and control. This simple habit takes just 15 minutes but yields clarity, peace, and power. Ask yourself, what are my top priorities? What must I protect? What will I say no to? How will my schedule reflect who I want to be? Leaders don't wait for Monday morning chaos. They own their week before it begins. Make Sunday night your secret weapon. Number 19, plan your life or react to someone else's. Jim Rohn said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. The truth is, if you don't plan your own life, someone else will plan it for you. And their plans won't have your dreams or goals in mind. Every day, your time is pulled by texts, emails, meetings, and other people's priorities. Without a plan, you're drifting in a sea of distraction. But when you plan with purpose, you become the architect of your destiny. You decide what gets your energy and what gets cut. You build your life with intention, not accident. Planning isn't just about tasks, it's about designing your future. So pick up that planner, block your time, and lead your life before the world pulls you along. Because a life lived by design is a life lived with power. Number 20, vision, the ultimate compass for your schedule. Without vision, planning is just busy work. Jim Rohn said, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. Vision sets the destination. It's the why behind every appointment, every goal, every scheduled hour. When your calendar aligns with a clear vision, your days organize themselves around what matters most. Your schedule becomes a map, your planner a compass guiding every step. Planning with vision means you're not just filling time, you're building identity. You're becoming the person you want to be. So don't just be busy, be purposeful. Write down your vision, plan your path, and live with intention. When opportunity knocks, you'll be ready, confident, and unstoppable. Thanks for watching Grind Success. If you found value in this video, subscribe and hit the bell to never miss a lesson. Remember, if it's important, schedule it. Your future starts now.